Hey everyone, Will here. So for today's video, we are going to be analyzing the history of pickleball. That means we're going to be going over all aspects of this sport, including the origins of pickleball, the development of pickleball, and the legacy of pickleball. So without further ado, let's begin. So the sport of pickleball was first conceived of in the summertime in 1965 by Congressman Joel Pritchard of Washington and businessman Bill Bell. After playing a game of golf, both men went to Congressman Pritchard's house and looked for a fun activity that their families could join in on. Both men decided to play a game of badminton on Pritchard's badminton court. However, they could not find a full set of badminton rackets for everyone to use. Both men decided to improvise for their game and ended up using ping pong paddles and a perforated plastic ball. At first, the families kept the net at the standard badminton height of 60 inches, serving the ball over the net. Soon enough, however, both families realized that the ball bounced well off of the asphalt surface of the badminton court floor, causing them to lower the net to 36 inches, so the ball would bounce off the ground with each serve. During the next weekend, Joel Pritchard and Bill Bell introduced the sport to Barney McCallum. The three men then began to develop rules for the new game, relying upon many of the rules used in badminton. While developing the rules, they kept in mind that their goal was to create a fun game that they could play with their families. Shortly after the invention of this game, pickleball quickly became popular with local neighbors and nearby relatives. In 1967, the first permanent pickleball court was constructed in the backyard of Joel Pritchard's friend and neighbor, Bob O'Brien. Later on in 1968, Joel Pritchard and Barney McCallum's son, David, joined together with two friends to form Pickleball Incorporated. In 1972, the Pickleball Company filed its first annual report. As this was happening, the company also trademarked the titular name of pickleball, which originated from Joan Pritchard, and her remark that pickleball reminded her of the pickle boat and crew, in which the oarsmen were chosen from the leftovers of other boats. After trademarking the name and establishing a company for their new sport, the team began to manufacture wooden paddles and pickleball kits to meet the increased demand that consumers had for their new sport. In 1975, the National Observer published a news article about pickleball. Later on, in 1976, Tennis Magazine published their own news article about pickleball, which the magazine deemed to be America's newest racket sport. After gaining more traction, one of the first known pickleball tournaments was held in 1976 at the South Center Athletic Club in Tukwila, Washington, in the United States. The winner of the men's singles competition was David Lester, while the runner-up was Steve Peranto. Many of the athletes who competed in this tournament were college tennis players and other athletes who had experience in racket-style sports. After this debut tournament, pickleball received more mainstream attention when it was mentioned in a book by author and tennis athlete Dick Squires called The Other Racket Sports, which included information about tennis and other sports that shared similarities to pickleball. In 1982, additional pickleball tournaments were hosted in the state of Washington by pickleball pioneer Sid Williams. Later on, in 1984, the United States Amateur Pickleball Association, or the USAPA, was formed to help oversee the advancement of the sport of pickleball all across the country. The United States Amateur Pickleball Association was led by Sid Williams, who served as the first executive director and president of the organization from 1984 until 1998. As this was happening, the first composite pickleball paddle was also being invented by Boeing industrial engineer Arlen Peranto. This paddle was designed with the same fiberglass and Nomex honeycomb panels that commercial airlines use for flooring. Peranto designed about 1,000 of these paddles until he decided to sell his manufacturing company to Frank Candelario, a pickleball enthusiast who became the second president of the United States Amateur Pickleball Association. 6 years later, in 1990, pickleball was officially being played in all 50 states across America. Following this, the company Pickleball Incorporated began to manufacture pickleballs in-house with a custom drilling machine, showcasing how much traction the sport was gaining throughout the 1990s. Later on in 1999, the first ever pickleball website known as Pickleball Stuff was launched, becoming an integral online destination for avid pickleball players and fans alike. In 2001, pickleball was officially played in the Arizona Senior Olympics. This tournament was played at the Happy Trails RV Resort in Surprise, Arizona, and had a total of 100 athletes competing, making it the largest event to be played in the Arizona Senior Olympics at the time. Over the next few years, the pickleball event at the Arizona Senior Olympics grew to have nearly 300 athletes competing in the tournament. In 2003, the Pickleball Stuff website listed over 100 individual courts for playing pickleball, showcasing how the sport was rapidly spreading across North America. As this growth was happening, the sport of pickleball was also introduced into the Huntsman World Senior Games, which are held every year in St. George, Utah. 2 years later, the USA Pickleball Association was formed, highlighting further advancement for the sport. The first president of USA Pickleball Association was Mark Friedenberg, while the first board of directors for the organization included individuals such as Steve Wong, Fran Meyer, Leila Reed, Phil Mortensen, Ern Perry, Carol Myers, Earl Hill, Jetty Lanius, Dennis Dewey, Varney Meyer, and Norm Davis. After the establishment of the USA Pickleball Association, board member Steve Wong created the first website for the group. Eventually, the USA Pickleball Association managed to consolidate all known pickleball court locations into a massive database, allowing athletes to easily identify and locate nearby pickleball courts. Today, this website can be found at the address www.placestoplay.org. In 2008, the USA Pickleball Association Rules Committee published an official tournament rulebook. Around the same time, pickleball was also introduced into the National Senior Games Association as well. As the sport of pickleball began to develop into a more professional and refined sport, ABC's Good Morning America show aired a live in-studio TV segment on the sport of pickleball. This ABC Good Morning America segment was notable for providing the sport of pickleball with further national exposure. In 2009, the USA Pickleball Association held their first national tournament for players of all ages in Buckeye, Arizona. This tournament took place from November 2nd to November 8th and had almost 400 players from the US and Canadian provinces participating in the games. As this was happening, the USA Pickleball Association also launched a grant program to aid with the construction of new pickleball courts. As the sport of pickleball spread across North America, the USA Pickleball Association began to direct their attention towards introducing pickleball to other continents as well. In 2010, the USA Pickleball Association created the International Federation of Pickleball to oversee worldwide growth for the sport of pickleball. Today, the International Federation of Pickleball organization even has their own website, which can be found at the address www.ifpickleball.org. In 2013, the USA Pickleball Association chose to redesign their organization's logo, opting for a red, white, and blue design that matched the color style often employed by bigger U.S. national sports governing bodies. In 2014, the USA Pickleball Association continued to reinvigorate their brand image by launching a new and more user-friendly website for their new organization. This development was followed by the establishment of the Pickleball Channel, which was the first professional media group that was designed specifically for the purpose of covering the sport of pickleball. Later on in 2015, the USA Pickleball Association held their first ambassador retreat in Tahoe City, California. In 2016, the USA Pickleball Association created a national referee certification program. In the same year, the Pickleball magazine was established as the first official full-color professional print and digital publication for the sport of pickleball. Later on in 2016, the first U.S. Open Pickleball Championships were held in Naples, Florida. This championship tournament was notable for being the first nationally televised broadcast of pickleball on the CBS Sports Network as well. As the USA Pickleball Association began to grow, it also sought out new partnerships. The USA Pickleball Association chose St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital to be its national charitable partner, while simultaneously teaming up with the Super Senior International Pickleball Association and sanctioning all of their tournaments. In 2017, the USA Pickleball Association and the American Sports Builder Association teamed up to co-author the first official pickleball construction book for the sports industry, detailing how to properly construct pickleball courts and facilities. In the same year, the Pickleball Hall of Fame was established to honor some of the biggest contributors to the sport. The inaugural inductees into the hall included Joel Pritchard, Barney McCallum, Sid Williams, Arlen Paranto, Mark Friedenberg, and Billy Jacobson. The year of 2017 was also notable for being the first year in which a 2-hour segment of Pickleball aired live on TV to a nationwide audience via CBS Sports Network. In 2018, the USA Pickleball Association formed a partnership with PickleballTournaments.com to produce and release the first results-based tournament player ratings for pickleball. During the same year, the USA Pickleball Association also partnered with the Professional Pickleball Registry, a group that worked to certify pickleball instructors. In addition to this, the USA Pickleball Association also formed a partnership with Desert Champions LLC. This partnership with Desert Champions LLC involves rebranding the Pickleball National Championships into the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. The Margaritaville USA National Championships took place in Indian Wells Tennis Garden in California and garnished a massive audience for the sport of pickleball. In addition to these partnerships, the year of 2018 was also notable for inducting many new pickleball icons into the Pickleball Hall of Fame. These inductees included Earl Hill, Fran Meyer, and Robert Lanius. In 2019, the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships focused on enhancing the spectator experience for the event, adding a VIP lounge and live video screens outside of the stadium. In addition to this, pickleball icons inducted into the Pickleball Hall of Fame in 2019 included Dan Gabanek, Jennifer Lou Cor, Enrique Ruiz, and Steve Paranto. In 2020, the USA Pickleball Association renamed themselves USA Pickleball in order to more closely align themselves with other US sports governing bodies. The organization also chose to redesign their logo and update their website as well. USA Pickleball also hired Stu Upson as their first full-time CEO. In addition to this, pickleball icons inducted into the Pickleball Hall of Fame in 2020 included Bill Bell, Jim Hackenberg, Alex Hammer, and Hillary Merrill. In 2021, the Pickleball Hall of Fame inducted many additional pickleball icons, which included Yvonne Hackenberg, Gigi LeMaster, Steve Wong, and Keith Beisel. Today, the sport of pickleball has been skyrocketing in terms of popularity. The sport of pickleball has seen tremendous growth and popularity within community centers, YMCA facilities, and retirement communities all across the United States. Pickleball has also seen immense growth outside of the US as well, with many international pickleball clubs being formed all across the world. Overall, the sport of pickleball has seen tremendous growth within the 20th and 21st centuries, becoming one of the most popular racket-based sports in the world. Thank you for checking out our video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more additional content. If you have any ideas for a future video topic, please leave a comment and let me know what you would like to see me cover next. I'm really hoping to grow this channel and provide you all with more content in the future, and your support means the world to me. Thanks, everyone.